Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Duke and Dutch Show. Happy 4th of July. It is America's 249th birthday. We are getting old as a nation. We have a lot to get into today. We have an update on the Carmelo Anthony situation, his handler, Dominique Alexander, who are very upset that funds are no longer pouring in to their fundraiser. Maybe if they spent it on legal counsel, instead of buying Escalades or buying houses, people would be more apt to help this alleged killer out. We also have an update on Lilly Tino, who is apparently leaving the internet. We're going to talk a little bit about South Park, which is apparently delayed due to a dispute between Paramount Plus and Comedy Central on who has the streaming rights. And also, we need to talk about Hamas Diddy Baby Oil Piker, who brandished a gun on Twitch not 24 hours ago, and yet the Twitter moderators are very, very silent about it. Will he get banned? Probably not. But before we get into that, I'm going to throw it over to Duke. Duke, how are you doing today?
Thank you. Welcome on the show, everyone. I am doing good today. No migraine. Yay. I feel good. It's a beautiful day out. Let's try and enjoy July 4th. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing today with my sons. My son specifically, probably going to see some fireworks.
I bought some fireworks the other day, so I am set up for July
well.
4th. I mean, the little ones, obviously, but
yeah, same. I'm going to be doing mine tomorrow night when I have my daughters, so both my kids can enjoy it.
But, oh, that sounds great. Yeah, it's going to be a good day. Gonna go, I don't know, I might go over to a friend's house, might do some barbecuing, just hang out, appreciate being an American. You know, it is a privilege. And I feel very fortunate, and God bless this great, great nation.
Absolutely.
Let's move into our topics here. From the first thing we're going to discuss, and we discussed this, I feel like we're doing it weekly now. The updates with Minister Dominique Alexander. Now, if you don't know, Dominique Alexander is in charge of the NGAN Association. It's some type of grifting thing. Dominique Alexander here, reformed criminal turned minister. And I wonder where he got his minister, if it's an official thing. Because I don't know if I ever told you this, but I had a friend.
Anyone can become a minister.
Yeah, who literally just filled out a thing online in 2 minutes and it said, "Oh, I'm a minister." I'm like, I don't know if it's that easy. I don't know if that's official.
It truly is.
But yeah, I guess
I know a couple people myself that have done the same thing.
So anybody can become a minister then. So it's kind of just a fancy title you can put in front of your name, I suppose.
Nothing.
So,
yeah, it truly means nothing.
Can you proceed over weddings, I guess? Or
yes, you could.
Yeah.
It gives you some benefits, but it's so empty, the certification for it, the meaning behind it. Like, you don't actually have to.
It seems so.
Really
if you don't have to have a congregation or anything like that, you don't have to have a place of worship. Yeah. You can just literally, it's just a title you can throw in front of your name. But
next thing you proceed weddings.
Dominique Alexander here is he's not too happy. Actually, I'm gonna flip over to here first. I just want to remind you guys a little bit about who this guy is from the Next Generation Action Network. This is how Dominique Alexander, he responded to recounting how Austin Metcalf's dad wanted to come and pray with them, and he was thrown out without stabbing anybody, mind you, without stabbing anybody. But let's see what Dominique Alexander, who, if he really had Carmelo Anthony's best interest in mind, this would have been a great come-together type of moment instead of tossing the father of the murdered child out. But I don't think Minister Dominique Alexander, is that smart.
This was not an attack on him, but we felt it was very disrespectful on how he came about it and how we, even before you even knew it was a thing, we were asking him repeatedly to leave. And literally, he wouldn't even talk. He wouldn't even say anything he felt.
Do you think he realizes there's a parallel right here between asking somebody to leave and the thing that happened with Austin Metcalf and Carmelo Anthony? I bet he's so thick he can't even figure that out. But there is a parallel here that
you can't notice the hypocrisy. Yeah,
you're not doing any favors for your. I don't even know. It's not even his client. You're just there to take money. I think.
Felt like you could just stand there. That's not right. It was very upsetting to me.
It could. Yeah, I could see that. You know what you should have done instead? You should have taken out a knife and plunged it into him, right? That would have been better.
Especially if he didn't leave. Yeah,
yeah of course.
Or actually, technically, the father should have done that.
Yeah, well,
If he followed suit.
yeah, exactly. It's such a 1-to-1 thing that this guy is just, I don't know, man. I don't know who is counseling this family. I guess it's him, but very foolish.
Because if you're coming here
Spending your money
I
on
heard
this for
somebody
no
say
reason.
he was coming there for prayer. He was coming there to come and hug. Well, that wasn't the spirit that we got. There were more than 12, 15 people. Even the media came and approached him. Even DVD plainclothes officers approached him before the uniformed officers even arrived.
I would say that's pretty acceptable, you know. Maybe you should find out his intentions because obviously, but once you find out, he says his intentions are this. I don't know. This was a great moment for him to actually do a lot. Like, this actually probably could have shaved years off of Carmelo Anthony's prison sentence that he will get. And you were too stupid to figure that out.
To show,
So at the end of the day,
to try and show some character that actually goes against the narrative, but you just went right along with the narrative, apparently.
felt like he was coming in peace. Well, that's a hell of a way of coming in peace.
Walking into a place.
What? Yeah, walking into a place and not causing a scene.
Not causing a scene, not causing a disturbance, not stabbing anybody.
What's your definition of peace, sir?
Listen, I'm not gonna get. He probably knows more about peace than us do. He's a minister, okay?
By when someone's approaching you and asking you to step back because you're in a secure lane, they don't even know who you is. You could have been a person of CBS 11 or anything. If he would have just stepped back with when the security asked him to, hell, the media probably wouldn't even notice that he was there. It was because of the confrontation of the security person telling him to move back.
You know, if Carmelo Anthony didn't stab Austin Metcalf, the media would not know about any of this. Just saying, I don't know.
That the media even noticed him because he had shades and a sling that they have never saw him in. I don't know this man. I've never saw him a day in my life. So I didn't point him out and say, oh, he got to go. I didn't even know who he was. And so.
But you did make a statement saying that it was disrespectful for Jeff Metcalf to show up there. You did make that statement. It was disrespectful to his dead son that he showed up to pray with Carmelo Anthony's family. This is the guy.
Knew who he was.
I mean, he offered forgiveness right away, which we've already said I wouldn't have done that, but he did.
This rush to judgment, these attacks on our organization.
You're right. The rush to judgment is bad. It's bad.
The attacks
It's almost as if you rushed to judge him when he went to go pray with you guys.
This guy is so thick he doesn't see that. Like, he doesn't. I always think that's so weird. It's like
funny how that works.
There's always two sides to something that's like you cannot. Actually, I really can't see your side personally. Although I could see maybe being a little freaked out that he showed up there and you weren't expecting him. I could see that.
Honestly, if I saw him, I expecting the potential worst. Yeah, you want to make sure he's not a security threat. But as soon as you realize he's not a security threat, there is no reason to be hostile towards him. There's no reason to be negative towards him. Like, if he was there saying what he said he was there for, you should have welcomed him.
Well, it seemed like he was, I mean, I guess it would have
welcomed him. I don't understand why you didn't welcome him.
Whatever it may be, man, keep them going, right? I'm built for that, okay?
Yeah, you're built for that, right?
Yeah, he's used to allegations of shaking babies and stuff, so he's built for that.
So Mr. Dominique Alexander here, who we just heard from, he's not too happy right now. And he's not happy because the money well that was the Carmelo Anthony fundraiser, which is also going into his NGAN organization, and I'm sure more directly into his pocket, is drying up. Stop spreading lies. Let's set the record straight. The amount of wild and false information being spread across social media is completely out of control. Carmelo Anthony did not submit a request for a court-appointed attorney. This is a flat-out lie. It's not, actually. When a case is indicted in Collin County, the court system automatically generates an indigent. Oh my God! Yeah, I'm so sorry. I keep saying that.
Bullshit.
Defense form.
That's not true.
This happens.
No way.
This happens for everyone, regardless of whether they already have a private attorney.
Not.
It's a standard system process. Yeah, which actually Sarah Fields. I don't know if I have the tab up. Oh. Okay, I can actually just go to that after. Let me read his statement, then I'll go to Sarah Fields because Sarah Fields actually did disprove this. Sarah Fields is all over this.
Yeah, it's a blatant lie. That's bullshit. Talk about misinformation.
You got a heated hormonal pregnant woman all over this thing, man. I don't know why you're messing with Sarah Fields, but it's like Sarah Fields is smacking this guy down all the time. But
it's crazy because there's a there's a magnifying glass on so many different angles from so many different sources looking down at this topic, looking down at your client, and you're just going out to social media and making false claims.
Yeah, you can just say
Thinking
racism.
that you're not going to get called out on it.
Racism.
That's crazy.
Racism.
Racism.
Attorney Mike Howard remains in constant communication with the Collin County District Attorney's Office and is still actively on the case. We don't know who started this ridiculous rumor, but it's clear right-wing journalists, apparently you do, because you're assuming they're right-wing journalists, and social media influence are intentionally spreading lies to confuse the public, create chaos, and attack this family. These false narratives are being used for clickbait, clout, and white supremacist agendas. Yes.
There it is.
Yes.
Racism.
Please don't fall for it. This is not journalism, it's manipulation. We are not litigating this case on social media. You 100% are. What do you call this? I don't know what you are.
So now a black person unalives a white person, and it's racist for white people to try and talk about the facts. Got it.
I just don't think. I think this guy, honestly, and like I said before, I don't know why this is the spokesperson for the family. This guy is obviously he's there. He's going to take his money off the top. But
they made a bad call in their son's case to have this person attached to their.
Do you think if there's any serious, credible self-defense claim, you don't think Al Sharpton would have ran down there and done something? I haven't heard Al Sharpton mention this once.
Somebody with more credibility definitely would have attached themselves to this if there was any type of defense.
I mean, there are a lot bigger race grifters out there.
There's a lot of people that love the media, that love the exposure. They would absolutely jump on the opportunity to be attached to this if there was any type of defense.
Yeah, if they thought it was,
that is winnable in court.
We are not responding to every video or post. We are not going to play into their trap. This case will be tried in a court of law, not in the court of public opinion. And
that's false too.
I think
because you will absolutely be in the court of public opinion.
Well, everything's in the court of public opinion now. But I think, especially when you announce a give, send, go, and you want money, then you do want people to have a public opinion. Because why would anyone donate to you if they don't, right? We continue to fight for the justice, truth, and a fair trial for Karmelo Anthony. Don't let lies distract you from that. So, let's see here. Sarah Field says, false. This is not automatic. To request court-appointed counsel, the defendant needs to demonstrate to the court that they are indigent, unable to afford legal representation. This typically involves completing and submitting a form detailing the individual's income, expenses, and property, Karmelo Anthony's. And this is what a lot of the people are saying. This is how they can get around this, because yes, they did get $500,000, but that money might not have gone to Karmelo Anthony specifically. It might have went to an organization, it went to his family.
Whatever.
So they can claim that it's in their name, but he has nothing in his name, so they can use a court-appointed attorney. And if that is the truth, which we don't know yet, but it seems that way, but I'm going to be very clear, we don't know. Then people are rightfully pissed off because they're like, why did I donate my money? And I think they have a right to be pissed off.
Last I checked, the main cause of the donation of the GoFundMe was for legal representation.
The main thing was they said, okay, it could be for different things, and obviously,
I understand it's not for everything, but yes, the main reason was for legal representation. Now you take that off the table. So what are we doing this for? For you to live luxurious? For you to buy a new house?
It seems that way.
For you to not work and pay your bills?
And really,
That's what everyone's donating for now?
It's a terrible look on his parents, too, because it really looks like you're just throwing your own kid under the bus just so you can get a payday, which is crazy work. I'm not saying that's what's happening, but that is what it looks like.
It's how it's looking.
These forms may be obtained from the local county's website, the Texas Indigent Defense Commission's website, or directly from the court. The defense must request it, submit paperwork, and the approval process begins. Yes, for now, Mike Howard is his defense as listed on his court documents. This will not stop him from moving to an assigned attorney later on. Furthermore, because Karmelo Anthony was approved for indigent defense, it's likely he will not receive a salaried public defender, but instead a private attorney who volunteered or will be appointed and will be paid by the county using taxpayer funds. It could actually be Mike Howard. In places like Collin County, this kind of defense is common practice. Private attorneys can request payment either as a flat fee or hourly, around $100 an hour in court and $75 an hour out of court, with court approval. Don't mess with me. You're messing with the wrong journalist who actually understands how this works. Yeah, Sarah Fields is like the she's like the Freedom of Information Act queen. Anything that comes across, she's like, Freedom of Information Act. I want this information, and she normally gets the information. I would trust her over Dominique Alexander.
There's a reason why freedom of information is a thing, and this is exactly the purpose, so that people can be fact checked and not just spew lies to the public, and con them out of thousands of dollars.
So Dominique,
this is one of the reasons,
and this is this is a reason here why these people, the Anthony family, really should have checked who they were getting in bed with. Let's see. This is Dominique Alexander's rap sheet, allegedly. Felony injury to a child, forging a check, leading police on a high-speed chase, stealing a car, falsely claiming a car was stolen, offensive physical contact, probation violations, felony theft of property in the amount of $2,500 to $30,000, felony assault causing serious bodily injury, misdemeanor assault, continuous violence against the family, theft undated, making a false report undated, evading arrest. But this is only going back to 2019. I mean, it's like, it doesn't seem like this guy, I mean, it's enough stuff here. I think I have a, yeah, here it is.
He's lucky he's not in a 3-strike state, I guess.
No, this is all of his mug shots from various times. That's why I pulled up the other thing. I can't really zoom into it, but you can obviously clearly see it's the same dude. And now he's a minister. He's reformed his life. He's found a new grift, all that. Get out of here. So I don't.
He looked, honestly, especially even from his mugshots, he looks like a con man.
Yeah.
And honestly, most of those charges coincide with being a con man. And
I mean, theft,
funny enough, being a minister with no church, no followings, no anything sounds like a con man.
He's got a grift though, and this is the whole problem. Now, the Anthony family originally they had raised about $530,000, and then this give send go kind of went quiet. And now they said, hey, now we're going to raise the amount. I forget what it was at before. It was 750,000, maybe it was 500,000. They now want about $1.4 million. In the past week, since we reported on this, they've only raised about, I don't know, a few $1,000s, maybe 5,000, 6,000, which is not looking good for them. You can see there are still donations. They're trickling in, but the money is not flowing like it once did. And I think a lot of it is the public perception has really shifted. One, the indictment by the grand jury for first-degree murder, which they would not have done. We haven't seen the video footage, but they've seen the video footage. They would not have indicted him on first-degree murder unless they saw something that they were like, nah, this is not self-defense. They didn't go for manslaughter. They didn't go for second-degree, first-degree murder. So they know something that we don't know, obviously.
Whoever made the decision says there was enough evidence to charge him for this.
Yep.
And that speaks volumes.
And now I think that's a lot of the reason why Dominique Alexander is freaking out on social media, because they're not raising any money. They've raised maybe $9,000 in the past week, which is good. But I mean, not for what he wants, not for his check. He's going to be gone before
his bill. Yeah.
He's going to be gone before the trial even ends. I guarantee it.
Yeah, if there's not money to pay his salary, he's gone. You know, because everyone knows a minister needs to get paid before he can give any services.
Of course. I think that's how Reverend Al Sharpton does it too. He's got to, you know, they all got to get their taste. Even Al Sharpton's not touching this. So this came up, and I don't know if this is true or not, and this is from I Expose Racism Pedos. Austin Metcalf's father, Jeffrey Metcalf, was caught on his official TikTok account calling a black woman the dreaded N-word. Now, a lot of people are saying this isn't true. I have no idea if this is true or not, but I'm going to play it. I'm going to let people, and I'm going to comment on it afterwards.
So rational and smart. If someone
Also, they're saying this is Jeff Metcalf. This is not Jeff Metcalf. So already I don't believe this, but.
Someone touches your arm, does that justify you stabbing them in the arm?
In a hostile situation where someone walks up to me with
answer the question, yes or no. Does it
I'm answering your question. That's not the situation.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. You walked up the whole totality of the situation.
He touched him. Does that justify? Okay,
him.
Man, I'm done. Fuck off. Next person.
Man, you fuck off. Yeah, you disrespect.
Dude, why don't you go to fucking just somewhere where you belong?
The real. Do you have a question or comment?
Racism.
Yeah, Jeff Metcalf, you're a racist ass prick.
Fuck you, nigger fucking whore loving bitch.
Yeah, you heard that for yourself, just me.
See, now I have no idea if this is Austin Metcalf's father or not. But let's play devil's advocate here. Let's assume, and this is a leap because I don't really believe this personally. I don't think this is Jet Metcalf. I think this is organized. I'm going to go into why I think this was organized in a second. But let's assume that it is. Let's assume that he called somebody the N-word. Okay? Everyone get in the mindset for that. Is that as bad as somebody killing his child? Like, I don't understand the argument here. Oh, he said the no word. Well, somebody killed his son. The absolute...
my 2 cents on this is, why is he having an open forum with a group of people?
I don't think he is.
I don't see that even being logically sensible. Like, nobody would ever advise him to do that. I don't see why he would do that. Like, he's just having an open chat with a bunch of people that he knows are gonna try and bait him into something.
It doesn't sound like him. From what the news things that it could be, I don't know, but I don't think so. This is outrage. This is rage bait. This is trying to somehow get the GoFundMe going. This is gonna get stupid people. This is not his father. Sorry, it's not. And then again, yeah, people said Karmelo killed his son. Then they raised a lot of money from donations, stayed at a ballin' house, and deny any wrongdoing. I wonder why the father of the victim is upset, if it's even him. Seems super fake and staged, based. Yeah, so, and I'm just gonna bring this up here.
Do we have a picture of the father?
I can pull it up real quick. No, well that picture is not of him. Let me, Jeff Metcalf. Yeah, it's not him.
I just want to show a comparison as to how off the picture is.
Yeah, it's this is a picture. I guess he was a realtor or whatever. And we go back to yeah, it's not him. It's not the same guy.
That's not him.
I mean, that could be the picture they were using. Whatever. I don't really know, but
doesn't look.
I say let's assume. I mean, just to be fully honest and equal here, let's just assume it was him. Somehow he got on a space. Somehow he said the gamer word. I really don't think that's the biggest issue here. Even the quartering says this is wildly fake, a disgusting smear for Carmelo Anthony stands. And we're going to go down here to Mr. This is the guy who runs I Expose Racism Pedos, allegedly. Mr. Juan Kenneth Moore. I don't want to show his address here, but I guess it is on there because he's on the sex offender registry for child molestation, allegedly. If this is the person who runs the account, but that's what's being alleged, and this person who runs the account has never come out and denied this. So
it's not an alleged conviction; it's a conviction.
Oh no, this is a conviction, but no, what they're alleging is this is the person who runs the I Expose Racism Pedos account.
Yeah.
So, which is interesting because I mean, if this is true, then it would mean that the guy who runs the I Expose Racism Pedos account is a pedo. So probably shouldn't trust him. I wanted to play this thing real quick. I'm going to speed it up because this guy takes Willie D here. He takes forever to talk. But he's going to explain to you why it doesn't matter if Carmelo, you got to vote for him because this is a white versus black issue. And you got to stand behind your boy.
I know y'all. I got you like this. Then you got black folks out here feeling guilty about donating, like feeling guilty about supporting the boy, when they never felt guilty about supporting nothing, nobody. When they want to get behind somebody, they just get behind them, and anybody else is going to have to deal with it. So, but I would suggest this. For those of you who don't give a damn, like me, I'll boldly let you know where I stand.
You know what's interesting? He boldly tells you where he stands. He hasn't boldly shown that he's donated any money. Just interesting.
Continue on. But for those who want to operate in silence and just donate your money, silently donate your money, just like they do. A lot of them, they work in government, they work in law enforcement, they work in Congress.
Oh yeah, I also want you to just, while we're going to play through this, at any point does he say that he thinks Carmelo Anthony is innocent? Just keep an ear out for that.
That's not the topic.
No, the topic is it's black versus white, and you got to support the black kid.
Give us your money, yeah. You have to give us your money if you're black.
These funds for people who kill black people just because they're black.
Yeah,
they're all over this country. They do it all day, every day. So, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
And you know what's funny about this too?
It's funny how the statistics don't prove that, but okay. Research doesn't prove that, but okay.
You think if Carmelo Anthony was, you think if Austin Metcalf was black, they'd even be talking about this? No.
Yeah, because that's what it's become. It's I mean, it's been a tribalism
I'm just
case since
well,
the
it's people
beginning.
like this. Their whole grift is off. Oh, the white man bad. Everything's racism. Yada yada yada. You know, they have to do this. This is the only way they make their money. And even like I'm gonna play a little bit more of this. But even his own comment section is clowning on him. This has to be a joke. The family is misleading the public when it comes to funds. Why are they requesting a public defender? Ladies and gentlemen, Willie D's is an example of what can happen if you huff paint. BS. They want that money to support their lifestyle. Send the money, Willie D. You got it. Yeah. I'm black, and hopefully Carmelo gets life. No matter what, he killed a person in cold blood. Yeah, even his own comment section is not really vibing with this message.
Yeah. I mean, it's the lies that they tell, man. The lies.
What lies?
Now, the thing is,
what
his
lies?
family, this 1.3 million that his family raised, they're going to need every bit of it. They're going to need every bit of it to have a chance at representing him properly. So it ain't going to be a lot of money left.
Apparently it's not for that at all, though.
So he didn't, is he saying he didn't get approved for indigenous status?
I don't think he...
According to documents from the court, he did get approved.
I don't think this guy knows any. I think he's just like black boy good, white boy bad. I think that's really is...
But part of his defense is the lies. How are you going to say, oh, they lie, when you're on live lying about the main cause of the fund?
Honestly, I don't think they care about that at all. I don't think he cares at all. He sees black boy good, white boy bad.
Yeah, it's so blatant. They don't even try and hide it.
It ain't gonna be a lot left over.
Well, they don't need to. This is a grift. If he loses this race thing, he's got nothing.
For the family to be able to live a cushy life, that ain't gonna happen.
No, they already bought a mansion. They've already bought cars. They haven't spent it on lawyers so far as we know. The public knows so far, but
this is a murder case.
And
if you want the best representation in a murder case, you're gonna have to spend top dollar.
That is true.
Top dollar.
True.
The more you spend,
agreed,
the better lawyers you can afford.
Yeah.
That ain't always true, because you still gotta vet them, because all lawyers who charge a lot of money ain't necessarily good lawyers. There are some lawyers who have some very, economical fees.
Yes.
And they're really, really good, but they just haven't had a chance,
okay, man.
To defend the case on this one. Because number one, he's in a good old boy town. Frisco, Texas. Safe and.
Oh, now he's in a sundown town. It's very scary for black folk down in Texas.
Yeah. Everyone knows racism is alive in Texas.
Is not created the same. Like Frisco is a lot different than Houston.
Really?
Right? Houston, there's a lot of oversight. It's a big city.
It's funny that he makes that comparison, because you know what Houston has? A lot of black on black crime. One of the leaders in the country.
I'm trying to decide if I can even get through this, and this guy's explaining to me like I'm a 5-year-old. Do you know that
every single sentence this man says is fucking bullshit?
Do you know that this town and this town are different? Really? Tell me more. Tell me more about how different places are different. Really?
Here's the thing, though. You know how it's different? Black on black crime. It's one of the highest cities in the country for black on black crime. But yet you claim that white people are just committing crimes against black people left and right.
Yeah, I don't think he doesn't care about the black on black crime, because that's not going to help his grift.
That doesn't fit the narrative.
Obviously, it doesn't fit his.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't fit his grift either.
Major city, so there's a lot of oversight.
All right, let's try to get through this.
Good old boys running everything. Good old boys can get toppled in Houston. You dig what I'm saying? They can't do that. That's
yeah, brother, I dig what you're saying.
They can get away with literally murder. They can get away with railroading people.
Is this that guy? Sorry to interject. Is this the guy that's running for something? Is he a politician?
No, he's a YouTuber.
I have him confused with, I think, one of the other guys that we did a story on.
Yeah, no, that's not him. Yeah, he's just a YouTuber. He's one of the
what was that? What's the name of that one guy that was on The View that we talked about? Remember, he was on The View or something. He was on some show. We actually just did him, I think, maybe on the last segment or the segment before that.
It's on The View. Oh, Zoran Mamdani?
No, it was a black politician that was really, really all about tribalism. For New York, though, it was when we it was about the segment in New York.
Eric Adams?
He was one of the black politicians. I forget his name. It's not relevant. Let's continue. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember now. We've covered The View a lot. Brandon Johnson, maybe? But he's from Chicago. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
A lot of people go on The View, and I normally kind of, once we cover The View, I kind of just forget about it, because it's not worth remembering for me.
locking
Yeah,
people up for no
understand.
reason. Now, here's the deal. Here's the deal.
All right, what's the
They
deal?
try to say that it's not about race, right? Yet, Carmelo's family is receiving racial threats
There's no proof of that.
all day, every day. You go online and they call him all kinds of names. all
No,
this
well,
racial
online,
stuff.
yeah,
Online.
sure,
They
sure.
say it's not about race. It's always about race.
See,
It's always about race.
Oh,
all right, so there we go. So for these people, it's always about race. I'm not going to play the whole rest of the thing. This guy, he wants you to donate his money. He hasn't proven if he's donated anything. Which obviously, you know, if you...
everyone should be proven. Or
Well, I mean, I would
should
throw
be
up a
donating.
donation. I'd say, hey, listen, I've donated. Other people should donate too. Put your money where your mouth is, but you're not going to do that because I don't think you actually care about this. This is just something for you to grift off of, personally. And for these people, it is always about race. I wanted to play this one other thing here.
I noticed he has millions of subscribers.
He
He's
does
just
have
trying to
millions
get
of
more views.
subscribers.
He needs content.
Yeah, but even his own viewers from the comment section aren't too happy with his take. But I'm going to play
Good.
this.
Good on them. Yeah, call. You should always call out anyone on their bullshit.
We're going to move on after this, but this is...
Doesn't matter what color they are.
This is a more sensible take, and these are popping up all over TikTok. A lot more sensible takes about this whole situation. A lot of people who do feel cheated. They feel like, the money I donated, I thought I was donating for a legal fund, and now I don't think I am. And I don't think obviously the first degree murder charge, it's not helping anything either, because now it definitely doesn't seem like self-defense.
Carmelo's Anthony mom and dad are pieces of shit. They knew their son was guilty from the very beginning. The mom knew, the dad knew, them punk-ass activists knew, and they bitch-ass lawyer knew. That punk-ass activist, the one that kept getting up there...
Dominique Alexander is who he's
he
referring
knew
to.
that Carmelo Anthony
Oh,
was
I know.
guilty. They all knew. Their only goal was just to draw in as much money as possible to feed their own pockets.
And we don't know if that's true, but I mean, if it is, and that's what it looks
That's what it's
like.
looking. That's the way it's
I
looking.
mean, that's horrible. It's like you're serving your son up on a plate. I mean, he's probably screwed anyway. I guess why not grift off of it? But it's just like, you should at least put the money towards his legal counsel.
I'm talking about the mother and the father. They're trying to pocket all that money that they got off that EBT app, right? Meanwhile, on the back end, they're trying to file indigent to get a court-appointed lawyer. Carmelo Anthony's mom and dad is garbage because they knew their son was guilty from the jump. They just wanted some more money. Carmelo Anthony's mother and father...
Well, I don't think they're garbage because of that. I mean, obviously, I think even if your child does something terrible, you'd want to defend them. But I do think if you're not going to put the funds towards his legal defense, then yes, you are garbage. And then rightfully, everybody who donates has a right to speak out and be like, hey, this is not right.
If you're misusing the funds, yes, absolutely. I'll be right back. Give me 30 seconds.
All right, I'm going to just play the end of this and we're going to move on
do
then.
not love their son. As a matter of fact, they can give two shits what happens to their son.
True.
They just want as much money and as much resources as possible for their own selfish
That's-
needs. They don't care
That's what it seems like. Everyone was hustled once again. Hustled
if
again.
they get life in prison. They don't care.
I don't think there's any avoiding that. It doesn't seem like it. And like I said before, at the whole court ordered thing, the court doing the first degree murder charge, it's not looking like self-defense is going to really come into play. But that's the update on that. We were going to keep covering it. I think the story's getting more and more interesting. I think he's got a trial date set for sometime in July. Probably won't be too many more updates, but who knows? Maybe the GoFundMe will take off, or the Gifts and Go will take off. We're going to move on next to another lawsuit that's happening with Lilly Tino. But if you could, before that, please like, share, subscribe, share it out to your friends. What do you think about Carmelo Anthony? What do you think about his family allegedly misappropriating the funds for his defense? Has anyone donated? Do you feel cheated? Do you feel like the people who donated never should have donated?
To be clear, my personal opinion on that is everybody's donation should be refunded.
Oh, that's not. I think they've already collected.
They are misusing them.
They've already collected most of the money, so that is not going to happen. But
I understand, but that's still my opinion. And I think if they don't get their refund, I would ask that GoFundMe sue the shit out of them because they are misusing the funds. And I'm pretty sure there's been previous cases where people have misused the funds for things that were not stated in the original GoFundMe, and they went after them.
On GoFundMe, yes.
see why.
Gifts and Go's a little more like, I guess, lax with that stuff.
I'm not sure on that.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to move on. Lilly Tino here. The last time we talked about Lilly Tino, I believe, was last Wednesday, where Lilly Tino was under investigation by the Florida Attorney General for filming herself in women's bathrooms where you have an expected degree of privacy. Lilly Tino obviously went to Disney World to use the bathrooms because, honestly, who goes to Disney World and goes into 10 different bathrooms in a day? I mean, maybe you go once or twice, obviously. You know, people do have to use the bathroom. I get that, but yeah. But it's not.
To be clear, it has nothing to do necessarily with her being transgender per se, even though there is Florida laws that are against transgender people using the opposite sex bathrooms. But even if it was a biological female should not be in the bathroom photographing and taping other children and other women in the bathroom, especially without their consent.
No, I think it actually does have to do with the whole. This isn't like this is what the person is.
I think the reason why it's even worse is because she's transgender doing it. But to me, as a father, I don't care if my daughter's in the bathroom. I don't want a female taking pictures of my daughter in the bathroom.
This person literally.
I don't want anyone taking pictures of my daughter.
This person is literally trophy hunting. They didn't go to Disney World because they wanted to go on the rides. They wanted to have some experience to go to Epcot or Animal Kingdom or something. They went there to use the bathroom and to make people uncomfortable. They did that strictly for content, and now they're in the find out stage of messing around. And I hope it comes back, and I hope Florida does put charges again, because this person needs to be stopped. This person is a public menace. They harass service workers. That's their whole brand.
I agree.
We're gonna go.
She purposely tries to get people in trouble.
So this is just going to be a brief recap on what's happening, and then we're going to get into the new drama.
Lilly Tino update. You're not going to believe this, girl. Grab a cocktail. Come here. I got the hot gossip for us. So you didn't hear from me, but allegedly, Lilly Tino, Nick Cantino, you remember how he went into the girls' bathrooms in Disney World, was taking pictures,
was very proud of it too.
You know, he's real cute, doing it for TikTok and everything. Well, the word on the street is, okay, and again, didn't hear from me, Nick is facing up to 5 years in prison.
Yep.
Okay, and a $5,000 fine. He's currently under investigation under Florida's AG for what he did in Disney. I know. Listen, I think with all the division and everything happening in this country and around the world, we can all collectively come together and agree that this is long overdue. Finally, some consequences to your action.
100%.
Damn right.
You have messed around. You are now going to find out. You do not have the right one. You don't have the right to go out in public and harass anybody. But this is your whole shtick. This is your whole content. It's to groom children. It's to be creepy in public space. It's to harass people. Especially, you can tell a lot of the time, English isn't even their first language. Maybe they're not even aware they're misgendering you. You're going to try to get them fired or in trouble, or in some way you're going to put them on social media for clout. You're now taking pictures of women and girls in bathrooms where there's an expected degree of privacy. I hope you get everything that's coming to you. I really do.
You come on here, you think you're invincible, you can do whatever you want. Let's talk about gender reassignment surgery in front of kids in Disney World. Yeah, that's acceptable. Let's post about it online.
And that's happened
that's
too.
Acceptable.
Yeah, that's grooming. That's some weird narrative. You're going to go there and using food to illustrate bottom surgery. It's just disgusting. It's disgusting behavior.
Let's go into a Disney World bathroom, right? Catered to little girls. Let's take a picture. You do such a disservice to the trans community.
And that's the other thing too. This would be bad anywhere, I think. It really would. But it's like going into Disney World, especially, it's even worse because you know there will be little kids there.
Yeah.
And really the LGBT community altogether, finally, right? Let me know how you feel about this in the comments down below. I got to run to the grocery store. I love chatting with you guys.
All right. He's going to the grocery store. So this remove Lilly Tino from TikTok has 529,000 signatures. I think more signatures possibly than this person actually has people on TikTok following them. It's a crazy amount of people who say, hey, they're done with this. And I found this interesting video of somebody from the trans community and this is what the trans community has to do too. They got to call these people out because it's like, it makes everybody in the community, unfortunately, it makes everybody look bad.
I want to do this and I still don't want to do this, but I need to do this because this is affecting all of us in the LGBTQ community. Anyone who still follows Lilly Tino, just stop on any social media platform. I know I don't have a big following on here. I don't care. As a member of the trans community, she is a detriment to our community. She has not learned her lesson after so many people have tried to inform her about these things. And she continues to make content that not only rage baits transphobes, homophobes, right-wingers, conservatives, just any of those people.
The trans community is pretty accepting of almost anybody too. So it's really bad when you have fellow trans people speaking out and being like, listen, we don't want you in our community anymore. And you know what? You are doing such a, I mean, I know people always get on like Blair White because Blair White is a very conservative trans person. And, you know, so some people don't like Blair White. But this person, I mean, I don't know. There's probably people who've done more damage, maybe like Jeffrey Marsh or maybe Dylan Mulvaney. And I wouldn't even say Dylan Mulvaney's done, I mean, brand-wise has done a lot of damage. But this is doing, this is doing damage to your actual community. This is actually hurting everybody who you're supposed to be propping up. And you've only, and you know what? It's the attention grift too. You've only gotten to this stage because you have no content, really. All you have is rage bait. And this person is completely right. That's all you have is rage bait.
Yeah, I agree.
But you're gonna keep doing it because you have nothing else.
People, but it also rage baits us too.
Yeah.
And she
I
should
would-
not be making
I
any
would think
title,
so.
because at this point in time, she is someone who is causing more harm to our community and making us look even worse than we already look in the eyes of people who don't like us. So stop following her.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Agreed. And that's what people got to speak out. It's like not all they say. What is it? Not all skin folk are kin folk, right? Trans community, they gotta step on this too and be like, listen, this person is just. I mean, it's detrimental. You're detrimental to our entire community. So there is some good news happening though. Apparently, Lilly Tino, maybe it's from the trans community, finally speaking up and being like, this person is not good. Or maybe, I think probably more so, it's from the lawsuits, the civil lawsuit that might be coming from that mother and daughter who felt uncomfortable being photographed without consent in a bathroom in Disney World. Or it could be from the Attorney General of Florida bringing this lawsuit against Lilly Tino. But Lilly Tino is not having a good time anymore. And apparently, even in their private life, which I know a little bit of the private life, right, from stuff I've seen on Discord and stuff, this person is not too good with like associating or playing well with others either. But apparently, Lilly is warned by her cousin not to give an interview because the community will come for them.
Why any of my cousins would do that? Like, even if they don't like me anymore or disagree with whatever, all that will do is bring a lot of negative attention their way. Like a lot. I don't, if whoever you are is listening to this, do what you want. Like, live your life, but just be ready. Be ready. Be ready. Because they're coming. Not me. Not me, and none of my people will come.
No, who's gonna do it then? If somebody comes out and exposes you for being some type of, I don't know what they're going to expose you for being
First
a
off,
creep or want to do a tell-all.
My understanding is they're doing a tell-all on facts about you. It's not like they're going out like what do you think that they're going to say that people would have to come after them
I don't know,
for?
but you got to be worried enough if you're going to respond to it.
Yeah,
this is unsubstantiated so far.
Your response says more.
But just know that when you put your foot into this arena, it's not what you think it is. But, do it. Go for it. Whatever.
Yeah, that doesn't sound threatening at all. Crybilly Lilly Tino, though, is finally getting what's coming to them. Lilly Tino decided to take a break. After the backlash, goes back to being a... No, I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But Lilly Tino is now saying that they are getting off social media because they're very upset and they're very hurt. And like I said, whether this has to do with the lawsuits or whether it probably has to do with the lawsuit, I would think.
I would think
because this person has been rage baiting people and has not given a crap what anybody says. Because if you did, you would change your content. You've had years to do that.
Of why I do what I do, which is create content, is to...
I mean, loosely, I would say. I don't think going in, dressing as a woman and walking into the woman's bathroom and filming people is really content. Maybe I have a different idea of what... I mean, everyone's got a different idea of what content is. But
one thing I'll say that's a little bit different is it is content. And whether our opinion of it is shit or not, I mean, it's horrible content. It's crap content. It's shit content. It's still content. I hate to say it. It's still content, but it's crap. It's shit fucking content.
It's not making women and girls feel safer. It's not helping. It's not helping.
There's no positive whatsoever.
Yeah, it's not helping the community that you want to uplift and you want to be a part of. It's not helping that.
Just like one of your favorite content creators, Hasan Piker. He creates content, whether it's shit or not. It's fucking content.
Well, but Hamas Diddy Piker has bad takes, like really bad takes. But I don't think he's not going around purposefully and rage baiting or making.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying
like literally
he
every
does it, but
aspect of
he does it
her
from the
of
comfort of
Lily's
his
content.
comfort of his home. This
Yeah.
person does not do.
Every
Educate.
aspect of Lily's content is just trash. There is no good aspect of it. There is no positive.
And it doesn't benefit anybody. And I don't know if anyone's
Yeah,
a general.
yeah.
The only people who are general fans of it, I would say, are people who also are like happy with women getting rage baited. It's all, dare I say, misogyny. Oh man, I'm using that word unironically for once. Holy crap!
And to entertain, in that order. And I think that recently, my content has taken a bit of a shift.
I would disagree. Your content's pretty much always been the same. It's sitting at restaurants, getting misgendered, crying about it, wanting free meals, going out doing the same thing. Recently, it shifted to now you invading women's spaces, I guess. Yeah, so it's evolved. You're evolving into a worse person than you were before.
I think what's shifting more is the accountability. Like people are actually calling you out on it.
Maybe,
that's
or it could just be the
There's
lawsuit. I don't think
there's
this.
actually consequences to you fucking filming this bullshit stuff.
I don't think this person really cares at all about. I mean, there's rage bait content. I don't think you really care that you're the villain. I think you relish in it. I think you want to make women and girls uncomfortable, or you wouldn't do this stuff. You want to make wait staff uncomfortable, or you wouldn't do this stuff.
To be more.
I mean, you could do what Dylan Mulvaney does. Dylan Mulvaney is very cringe. I can't stand Dylan Mulvaney, but Dylan Mulvaney isn't going out of their way to make other people uncomfortable, so far as I can tell,
or make people lose their jobs or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm hurt.
Oh no.
I am deeply hurt because of the amount of.
Also, I just want you to, as we watch through this, the levels of narcissism here, that you can't perceive how anybody else could be affected or hurt by anything you do, but the whole world is just revolving around you, Lilly, Tino, the center of the universe. When something happens, when you cease to exist, the world will just stop spinning. I can't really understand this level of narcissism. It kind of baffles me that people, it's like histrionic maybe. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist, but it's crazy behavior to me.
Hate that I've gotten over the past 3 years doing this, 2.5 years. And
you could have changed your content at any time.
That hurt has influenced the way that I do things. As a content creator, especially as a streamer, I'm always on camera, talking all the time, daily updates about where I'm at. And I think that the hurt that I feel has influenced the way that I've pushed in my content to be confrontational and be in your face.
I think you've done that from what I've seen anyway, you've done that pretty much from the start. Your whole goal is to make people uncomfortable. Your whole goal is to get in people's faces. Your whole goal is to shame people for misgendering you. And now your goal is to make women and girls uncomfortable in their own spaces so you can invade them. I mean, let's be reasonable here. Let's say you didn't want to go to Disney World just to film in bathrooms. How did you end up in 10 bathrooms? Who goes to the bathroom 10 times a day? You'd have a colostomy bag if that was the case. You'd have to.
About what I'm trying to do, which is ultimately teach people about trans things.
No, you're not.
And hopefully make for a more accepting world. But I don't want the hurt to be a part of it anymore.
Poor you.
That shift is not fun for me at all. It's actually really awful, and it doesn't just impact me, but my family and my friends. And
poor Lilly Tino.
I'm not here to hurt anybody.
Yes, you are.
I'm always going to be a confrontational person, but
you are. I would say literally that is your content strategy, is go out and make people uncomfortable and hurt them. That is you.
If you're getting people in trouble at their jobs, if you're taking pictures of people in private areas, you're hurting people.
Yeah,
I hate to break it to you.
That's literally your content. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Maybe that isn't your intent. Nah, that's your intention. I'm not even going to give this person the grace or the benefit of the doubt. No. You don't
I want to go on
it.
record right now. Today, July 4th, 2025. I never want a single person to ever take a picture of me, my daughter, or my son in a bathroom
Well,
ever.
it's a reason
under any context, under any situation. I never, ever want a picture of me or my 2 children ever taken in a bathroom.
Well, it's a
I
reason,
want to be clear.
You have a reasonable expectation of privacy. That's what you have. This person violated it, and now they might be getting sued. That's what I think this is all about. It's not about some change of heart. It's that they're going to be sued.
Yeah.
I think there's ways to do it that are not channeling the anger I feel at the world for hurting me.
Oh, poor you. Oh my God, I hate this person so
to that
much,
end,
man.
I'm gonna take
Everything is me. It's like you don't give a crap about anybody else but yourself.
Ultimately, this person chose a wrong format for their content. They need to go back to the drawing board. If they want to do content, nobody's saying don't do content. Everyone's saying don't do this content.
No, I'm saying don't.
This content is not acceptable. If you want to have a voice, if you want to have an opinion,
No, I'm saying don't do
fucking
content.
voice it. But don't take pictures or videos of people in private areas.
I'm saying don't do content.
And sure as hell, don't compromise other people's livelihoods to benefit your message, your quote unquote message.
Stop doing content.
There is so many other ways, just like that other individual that we just watched the video of, to send a message out there about your supposed principles. You can do it from the safety of your own home. You can do it from outside somewhere in public. You should not be doing it from a private place that people are expecting privacy.
No, I'm just gonna say don't do it. Literally, just leave the internet and go away. Nobody likes you. Sorry, no one likes you. It's not because you're trans either. It's because you're a disgusting human being.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with her being trans, him being trans. I'm sorry,
I'll be
whatever.
back.
I don't
But
know
I
what
don't
they
know
are.
I need to take some time. I'm not going to change myself for anybody.
See, that's the thing, though. Nobody's asking you to change. We're just asking you to follow basic manners and rules and laws. Everyone knows you don't fucking take pictures of people in privacy.
You're not gonna change this.
Everyone knows you don't fucking try and make someone lose their job because whatever ... reason you have. That's fucked up.
Misgendering.
That's morality a bad thing to do. And you choose to do it day in and day out. That's why nobody likes you. You have horrible morals.
Yeah. And
it has nothing to do with your transgenderism.
And I would say you're a narcissistic sociopath who really has no empathy and really, honestly, is not a person who should really be going around and out in public. You got to learn to behave before you go out in public. You do.
That's never going to happen. But
you won't change yourself for anybody. Well, you changed yourself. I mean, I would say you went through a big change just for yourself, but I guess that's on brand.
I am going to work on the way that my hurt has taken over my content in some ways. So, thank you for all the support.
I think you can work on it in a penitentiary in Florida. I think that's where you should work on it. You'll have a lot of time to reflect.
You're about to have an opportunity, yeah.
You are
personally, on this topic that Lilly just mentioned, it's funny because it doesn't matter. Again, it doesn't matter if you're straight, bi, lesbian, trans, whatever. You're a person. Any human person who has a consciousness should be conscious of, I have room for improvement. Everybody has room for improvement. No one is perfect. There's not a single human in this world that is flawless. So the fact that you think you don't have to work on anything at all, I'm sorry. I think anybody who has that ideology, again, doesn't matter what your sexuality is. Anybody who thinks that way, you're incorrect. Everyone has something to work on.
Lily Tino is admitting that here, but I think it's honestly, it's too little too late. It's like you've done too much damage. You had so much time to change. People have been calling you out for a long, long time. And this is a good result. I go away. Literally. You were somebody who I don't think anyone's going to miss you. I mean, you exist to be hated. And that's what you built your brand on. And I guess you can do that. People, you're not the first person to do that. You're not going to be the last person to do that. But it's just, but you're not helping your community. You're not helping women and girls. You're not making anyone more accepting of trans people. In fact, you're doing the opposite. So what you're advocating for and what you're actually doing are complete opposite ends of the spectrum. Just go away, Lilly Tino. Honestly, I hope you really take a long break, like maybe like 50 years. Get off the internet.
When is it? No, 1 to 5 years.
Oh, no. I'm just saying for content creation. Just get off the internet for like 50 years.
She's about to have a required 1 to 5 years or whatever it is, 3 to 5 years.
Maybe we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I would say that's more what this comes about. Anyway, we're gonna move on from that topic. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. Are you happy with the downfall of Lilly Tino? Do you think there is a come together moment? Do you think she's actually showing genuine introspection, or this is all just fear because now there might be an investigation by the Florida Attorney General?
Accountability, it's a thing.
It is a thing, unfortunately. So we're going to move on here to South Park. Now, South Park obviously did not, or maybe not obviously, but it did not, there was no season in 2024. They were going to skip that. And now the season that is going to premiere on Comedy Central, probably about 6 episodes, because that's all they do lately, has been delayed, and people are kind of asking why. Apparently there's a big war between Paramount and Comedy Central about who has the rights to South Park, and the creators are not too happy about it. Oh, I'm going to play this real quick. It's the South Park trailer. I'm going to speed it up a little bit here, just because I don't want to get a copyright strike for it. I don't know. It doesn't really show you all that much, really, but... I guess, first off, what do you think, Duke? Are you excited South Park's returning?
I'm a fan of South Park. Is every single episode a hit for me? No. But I like to absorb, just like the recent series of Ironheart. I always try to consume media and give it its fairness of setting an impression on me. Yeah. And South Park usually leaves a funny, it's usually a very good comedy impression on me.
Yeah, they only do 6-episode seasons now. Yeah, they haven't put one out since 2023. I think was the last time. I like the Worldwide Privacy Tour episode, but that's just because I really dislike
Personally,
the prince and his wife.
I like that usually they don't have nobody's off limits. I like that nobody's off limits for them. That's probably my favorite thing about South Park. They talk about anything and everything.
So obviously, a new season was announced. Everyone's gonna get pretty hyped. Obviously, got the plane crashes that have been happening. Diddy, obviously, the whole Diddy trial. Looks like the Canadians are invading. I don't know what that is.
It's okay, Sharon. I'm just gonna do some ketamine and fuck around with the government a little.
Elon Musk, so they're gonna make fun of everybody, but there's a little drama going on with this right now. Trey Parker and Matt Stone, creators of South Park, have put out a statement, but the premiere date delay for South Park season 27. This merger is a show, and it's effing up South Park. And they're saying this in response. I didn't play to the end of the trailer. I think it was supposed to come out. I think it was July 9th was supposed to be the date that they were supposed to release South Park. Now, obviously, that is not happening. There is drama going on with the merger, so we're going to get into that. Now, it will come back July 23rd, hopefully, evidently. But they actually have, it seems like they got South Park in, excess right now, which is rare, because normally they do it on a week-to-week basis. But, let's see. South Park, from Cracked. South Park has not just lasted longer than anyone, its creator included thought it would. It's dominated its way to the top of streaming charts. They're called charts like how the music radio does it, right? Oh my god. I hope I can read this article. Yep, South Park is 2 decades old. If they didn't age in cartoon years, oh my god, they killed Kenny would probably be an accusation levied at the Coors Brewing Company by now. The show had its share of news-making moments, like when, I take ages to list them all here. Let's focus on when Scientology spied on Matt Stone and Trey Parker, other employees for years, or maybe focus on how much porn the South Park guys made, Scientology porn, and a show about sarcastic school children. Yeah, we're thinking of those two. Those two are more than enough to get the reading going. Oh my God, what the hell?
This article is awful.
What is this article? Yeah, I should not have.
The way that it's written, it's just awful.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of this. This is more what I wanted to get to anyway. Here, I should have just cut that article. That was really terrible. South Park season 27 delayed. Creators blast Paramount-Skydance merger. The 27th season of South Park will now premiere on Wednesday, July 23rd at 10 p.m. Comedy Central, following a schedule change from its original date on July 9th. The delay comes during a heated period of corporate change and legal disputes involving the show's parent companies and streaming rights. Comedy Central, owned by Paramount Global, which co-owns South Park Digital Studios, with series creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone. That joint venture produces the animated series and controls much of its distribution. In a blunt response on the South Park X account, Parker and Stone blame the ongoing corporate drama for the disruption. Jeez, I can't read today. This merger is show and it's effing up South Park. We are the studio working on new episodes. The statement refers to the pending acquisition of Paramount Global by Skydance Media. The creators also recently threatened legal action over interference in South Park streaming negotiations. The streaming rights in limbo. South Park's $500 million exclusive streaming deal with HBO Max expired in late June. Paramount has said it wants the show on its own streaming service, Paramount Plus, and initially promised a July debut, but South Park didn't launch on Paramount Plus on July 1st as expected, creating confusion. Hey, that's true. I just watched it actually yesterday on HBO. Here, let's see. Can you read these two paragraphs? I'll be right back. I got, like Lilly Tino, I have to tinkle.
Behind the scenes, according to the trades, Parker and Stone's representatives have been negotiating with multiple platforms, including Warner Brothers Discovery, parent of the HBO Max, and Netflix. A legal letter surfaced claiming Paramount's leadership tried to push for an exclusive first window on Paramount Plus before allowing other platforms to carry new episodes. For now, all 26 previous seasons of South Park remain available on Max, at least temporarily, while talks continue. Paramount Plus still carries several South Park specials created exclusively for the platform. Ongoing production amid corporate changes. South Park debuted on Comedy Central in 1997 and celebrated its 25th anniversary in 2022. So basically, it's all about money, like everything else in this world. They're all fighting for their dollar investment into South Park. Who knows what? Obviously, HBO will not have the rights anymore unless something happens with Warner Brothers Discovery, which technically they would transfer from HBO Max to Warner Brothers Discovery. But they would probably keep the content on HBO Max at that point.
All right, sorry about that.
It's looking more like Paramount Plus is definitely in the runnings to get the streaming service, the streaming rights for the show.
Well,
so I read the two.
We're up here and here.
Yeah, I already read the two paragraphs. I read that sentence as well. If you want to, despite the ongoing issues, Parker and Stone are still actively producing new episodes alongside executive producers Ann Garofino and Frank C. Agnon II. Eric Stroh,
yeah, we don't gotta
Adrian
read that.
Beer, Bruce Howell, and Vernon Chapman also remain on the production team. Christopher Bryan continues as creative director of South Park Digital Studios. Sorry if I butchered any of those names.
That's all right. So they pretty much got all the old staff. I think what really happened.
They're still working on it, but it's all about money, man. It's all about who gets the cake.
South Park got in trouble too because they gave all the streaming rights to HBO for the episodes, and then they started producing the specials for Paramount Plus, and that was a huge thing too. That people, because they wanted, obviously you want the exclusive rights to South Park, and I heard that was one of the reasons that there was no season in 2024, but. We shall see.
Definitely, it's typical media confusion, and then it's always all about the dollar and who gets the dollar, and we'll see. I don't think South Park will go to Netflix.
No,
I don't
think so.
If anything, it would be going to Paramount Plus.
But people are going to pay a lot for it, no matter where it goes. I mean, it's like
or stick with HBO Max because apparently they're still considering dealing with.
Well, I know I watched
the company Warner Brothers. Yeah,
I watched Awesomeo yesterday, so I do know that it is still on HBO Max because I do have HBO. So, but yeah.
I have both. I personally, I don't care where I have to go see it. I will still watch it. I will still watch it on Comedy Central when it's on Comedy Central, and I will still watch it on any streaming service that has it.
Like, I don't have cable.
I don't care. Well, I don't have. I mean, I have Sling.
Okay.
I guess if you count that as cable.
But yeah, I guess let us know about that. Bit of a smaller segment, but I felt like that was okay. Just felt like commenting on South Park. Maybe that's because I had just watched South Park too. I was like, oh, South Park
It's
news.
just the money hungry capitalism. You know, everyone needs to figure out where that dollar's going, and they all want the dollar. So,
all right,
they'll figure it out.
We are moving on to our last topic, which is about Hamas, Diddy, Baby Oil, Epstein, Piker.
But before that, let's just make sure that you like, share, and subscribe, and let us know which streaming service you prefer to watch your South Park on.
So this is a picture of a Houthi terrorist. This is Timothy Houthi Chalamet. This is the individual who was interviewed on Twitch, an actual terrorist, self-admittedly, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but you know, Hasan's known for platforming terrorists. A Houthi terrorist is pictured with Hasan Piker at the port where the Houthis are holding the hijacked Galaxy leader. You couldn't script a better snapshot of how insane the modern left has become. And obviously, this is the person that Hasan Piker interviewed. I believe it is anyway. It looks like him. And with a picture of Hasan Piker. Yeah. Yes, Hasan Piker did have Houthi terrorists on his stream. Yeah. And he did, I believe this was a year or two ago. But obviously, you know, Hasan Piker, apparently Amazon and Twitch do not feel like he is a brand risk, which is weird, you know, for their golden boy here. I found this before we get into the meat of this here. This is Emaru. She had a very kind of mild take on this whole matter. And one of Hasan's mods for one of his chats decides to call her woman hangs out with every rapist she meets. I think Israel's are fine because she has a stance here. And Emaru, I don't know too much about her, but she doesn't seem like a very controversial streamer. She kind of has like a mild take on this. But of course, if you don't 100% agree with the Palestine and Gaza and the terrorists, you're not a terrorist supporter, you obviously have something wrong with you. This guy, moderator of the chat here for Hasan Piker, 47 years old, by the way. That's not weird or anything like that. But really, the whole crux of this right now is that Hasan Piker decided to brandish a gun on Twitch yesterday and dox somebody. So let me get this straight. Hasan Piker displayed a gun live on Twitch with the intent to threaten a content creator who he tried to dox, who he also mistakenly confused as one of his haters, but has not received any punishment from Twitch. And we have obviously a people, Yellow Flash down here. Shout out to him. He will be banned this coming Sunday. Can't wait for him to get another 24-hour slap on the wrist. Is it bad that I'm not even a little bit shocked? Twitch, please, you ban people for so much less, which they do. Tectone, I think, is still banned off Twitch. Don't quote me on that, but I believe he is. For calling Frogan fat. And, let's see, if you look at the BMI counter on Frogan here, I don't know. Let's see, I don't know. You can...
You can make your own judgments.
You can make your own judgments if you think Frogan is fat, but that was a bannable offense. He called Frogan overweight. So I don't know. But this guy, he can brandish a gun on stream. Nothing happens to Hamas Baby Oil Piker. So let's see. This is actually the clip we're gonna play. It's kind of bad quality here, but.
No, I just got a little worried. Someone just said, "Why did you threaten a YouTuber with a gun?" Dog, that YouTuber literally said, "I should be hanged," and I said, "What? Good luck."
When did this happen? People say mean things on the internet. Shocked.
And I just showed this. I said, "Good luck with that." Why'd you threaten a YouTuber with a gun? That YouTuber literally said, "Me and Zoran Mamdani should be hanged."
Who was this guy?
Some random fucking crypto dickhead. And then they got.
And that's the reason you should dox him and threaten him with a weapon. And probably the reason that Dan Clancy and Twitch will not respond to this. Because Hasan Piker is the golden boy.
Subsequently banned immediately, too.
That's a toy gun.
Yeah, it's also not a
Doesn't
real
matter.
gun.
Right.
Don't worry.
Whether it's a toy gun or not is completely irrelevant. The threat of violence is made against this person. Who does not... And his followers are sycophantic, man. They're insane.
Sorry.
So obviously Hasan doesn't think that's a really big deal. At Legal Minds.
I don't know if I noticed in the comments somebody was comparing the gun, and I think they were trying to say it wasn't a toy gun.
It doesn't matter if it's a toy gun or not.
Yeah, it's irrelevant either way.
It would be irrelevant anyway, and that's going to be his defense. Oh, it was a toy gun. Oh, I was joking. You can't make a joke anymore. No, you can't make threats of violence as jokes.
You can't make a threat of violence. Yeah.
Mr. America deserved 9/11. This is the same guy who put the schematics out there to go after, I think it was Senator Tom Cotton, and saying that somebody should take him out like they did with Shinzo Abe, who is the Prime Minister of Japan, who was killed with a plastic gun. And he posted the schematics and said pretty much someone should take out Tom Cotton. Crazy. I don't even think he got a ban for that. This is from Legal Mindset. Twitch says Twitch opens the door to a host of legal and non-legal issues if they fail to act on Hasan's recent crash out. And they won't. They're not going to act. Hasan is their golden boy. And again, people are saying that nothing.
What did they say at the top there? Or just to be clear, if Twitch fails to, so it repeats the same thing.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Nothing will happen to Hasan. Hasan has plot armor. Twitch's hesitation only invites more problems that could have been avoided with swift action. They won't. If they do, it will be for a day. On a day he doesn't even stream, just like last time when he made a death threat against a U.S. senator. I just talked about that. In before 1 day suspension on the day he normally doesn't stream. Yeah, the absolute glazing of Hasan Piker at Twitch is astounding, especially since this person breaks all the rules constantly. And like I said, Tecton gets banned for a week for calling somebody fat. And these people have gone after his life. They go after his parents. They go after his friends. You know, they've said horrible things. They call him a pedo, a rapist, all unsubstantiated claims, by the way. But, you know, if Hasan does this, it's just look the other way. The problem with Twitch, as I see it, is it's so audience captured, and whatever the people at Twitch, whatever their politics are, if you agree with their politics, they do not give a crap what you do. And I don't know what that means, because Twitch is now owned by Amazon. So does that mean that Jeff Bezos is okay with this type of behavior? Is he just unaware of it? I would think he probably, somebody alerts him to this stuff. I would think.
Yeah, I was gonna say, in this day and age, there's no way he's not aware of it. There's just you can't plead plausible deniability on mass media like this, especially with how big of a following that Hasan Piker has.
Well, then maybe I guess Twitch is all right with it then. And maybe Amazon...
Or you mean Amazon is all right
with it? Well, Amazon being the parent company... Well, I know Twitch is all right with it, yeah. But Amazon being the parent company must also be all right with it.
It doesn't set a good example.
No.
One way or another. If there's rules in place, everyone needs to follow the rules, not just pick who needs to follow the rules and who doesn't.
We're going to get into it from Asmongold here. Asmongold famously lives very rent-free in Hasan Piker's head. He's always comparing their streaming numbers, because Asmongold, I think, does a bit better than him in numbers, actually. But Asmongold is, I guess he's more right-wing. I would say he's actually kind of like a moderate, but he's more sensible. He's not as crazy.
He already got side-wided? Oh, yeah, they already got fucking clapped. Hanged.
Oh! Twitch staff simultaneously instant bans anyone who insults Hasan while does nothing while he doxes and threatens to chatter with a firearm in front of an audience. That's crazy.
Yeah.
To pull out a gun and be waving it around on stream?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And there might be an official response from Twitch later. I'd hold my breath on that. But this is pretty insane. That this person, I mean, it's like... And everyone's
Did
kind
we
of...
check to see if there was a response?
From Twitch, I highly doubt it.
Yeah.
I could, ooh, it's
I'm
not
sure it would pop up if there was.
Yeah, I will, let's see here. I'll check really fast. Yeet would probably have it, because Yeet's, like the content slop guy. I'm sure he would have it if, something did happen. Let's see what's going on with Yeet here. I highly doubt it, though. I think they're going to have to respond, and I think what they're going to do is they're probably going to ban him for a day that he's not streaming. They'll probably ban him on Sunday.
It sounds like people are demanding a response, but like you said, they could respond.
No, they don't have to do anything, you know.
Sweep it under the rug. Well, I mean, if they don't want their stock they're used to dwindle, you know, eventually, again, people can shy away from accountability only for so long. Eventually, their numbers, they'll get hit where it matters. Their funding, they'll get hit where it matters.
Well, but that's the problem. Hasan is one of the biggest streamers on the platform. He does bring in a ton of revenue. No, he doesn't have anything from it.
Yeah.
And I wonder if there will be.
Wow, that's a lot.
Oh. All right, nobody can see Aspen. I'm gonna
The
move you up
gun's
here.
loaded. He's having issues holding it while aiming it at himself. Well, I don't know if the gun's loaded or not. I have no idea. Do you think Twitch will do anything?
Does it
will
matter?
Twitch do anything of Hasan going over and then talking about shooting somebody or implying that he's going to shoot somebody?
Nope.
Is Twitch going to do anything? I really wonder. I've got a feeling I know the answer to that, and I've got a feeling that everybody knows the answer to that. But I guess we're going to have to find out, right? And Twitch won't do shit. Yeah, no, and this is what's so crazy about it. It's perma worthy for sure. That's real violent threats. Keep in mind that E-Rob got suspended for 30 days for telling somebody that he was going to get in a fight with them at TwitchCon. That's right. That's right, guys. 30 days.
See, this is why I don't want to mess with Twitch. Like, I really don't. If you have the right politics, I mean, Twitch can be a great platform for you, but if you don't have the right politics...
I don't know, just from everything that I do know legally and from capitalism and from economics, I don't understand how this isn't a lawsuit waiting to happen. Like, somebody, a previous person that was banned for this, how can they are absolutely grounds for them to sue if they don't
I don't think
ban
so.
this person.
No, because
there's absolutely grounds for it.
I don't think so. It's based off. I mean, yes, Twitch is ignoring their own
If
terms.
there's that's what I'm saying. If there's a written terms of service,
Yeah, they're
and
ignoring their
they're
own terms of
blatantly
service,
violating
but-
it, but yet they have other people that they are holding to the terms of service, that's a lawsuit. That's 110% a lawsuit. Is it
Well-
going to change anything? Not necessarily, but that's a payday forever who wants to file that lawsuit, who was a victim of the circumstances.
Yeah, I'm not.
And the victim would be somebody who was banned, and they're not banning this guy.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, everyone knows Twitch is very selective with who they enforce their terms of services on. Obviously, Hasan did break the rules here. You can't threaten people, dox them, and stuff like that. And if it was, somebody was more right, but they agree with this politics 100%. So if you agree with the politics 100%, it's like, and he's the golden boy of Twitch. Everybody knows that. So
it could be. I was just thinking it could be that if they do the lawsuit, they probably wouldn't be allowed to use.
Oh well, definitely not. They could never go on Twitch anymore because
so they would have to give up their Twitch account.
Yeah, it's a private thing, obviously. So it's like you have no reasonable
if
right.
If you're gonna
to
sue, you can't use them anymore.
Yeah, you don't have a reasonable right to stream on Twitch. That's not afforded to anybody. And I don't think anybody's even suggesting that. Obviously, it's not. But let me move up here. If I'm gonna go to scene real fast. Yeah.
Twitch isn't the only monetization platform, though. Realistically, if I don't know personally, if I was somebody on Twitch and I got banned for something silly, and there's people going on there, and I'm not making a lot of money off Twitch, you're damn right. I would look to see if there was any type of legal recourse for me.
I don't think it's people want it that far. People just want the rules enforced equally, and it's like, but Twitch has proven time and time again we're not going to enforce the rules equally.
Well, exactly. How do you make a private company force the rules? Lawsuits. That's how you make private companies enforce the rules.
Well, I would think the parent company, Amazon, should somebody should do something about this. But people have been saying this for years now.
We already know in capitalism, there's only one way to get somebody to do anything, and it's hitting their pockets. It's the only way.
Right, so we're going to hear from Hasan is going to respond here, and then we're going to wrap this show up.
Is waving a gun around on Twitch considered a crime or breaking terms of service? This is not a real gun.
Doesn't matter.
Pussy. And not only that, but also, I like that this is the new meta. People are like, dude, I can't believe you were waving.
I can't believe you dox somebody and then wave the gun around and threaten them, and that your sycophantic chat might go and do something to them. Yeah, you're right, Hasan. Totally out of pocket.
There's definitely nobody ever sent anybody like human remains. Or
This guy lives in.
Tried to call CPS on somebody for anything, or
well, that's not even.
There is an actual precedence to prove that what you've put on stream has an effect on the audience.
Yep. What you did is a violent.
And radicalize the audience.
It's a violent threat. Not only that, you dox somebody, and then before that, you dox the wrong person. But go off Hasan and he can do that because it doesn't matter because he knows he's protected by Dan Clancy. He's protected by Twitch. He knows he's safe.
Leaving a gun around. Good luck, dude.
Almost done. I'm almost.
Guy comes in here, says, "I'm going to assassinate you." I say, "Good luck," and do this. And now the soy right is fucking crying about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Good luck.
Can you see why a bunch of people dislike this person? I mean, is it any wonder? He wonders why nobody comes to his side. Nobody defends him. It's like, dude, you're objectively a terrible person. You just are. Sorry.
And I think
a lot of
disheartening to know that people like this have a bigger voice than us. You know, I don't need to be the biggest voice in the world, but to know that there's just people out there that are just this
I'm not that worried about that.
ingenuous and just crap.
You
spew nonsense and just the ideologies are just trash. And it's like, damn, they have such a big voice in this.
Well, they say you get the audience that you deserve, and it's unfortunately for Hasan, and I think this is a lot of the reason why the Leftover stream crashed and him and Ethan Klein fell apart. This guy, and Ana Kasparian says this too. Ana Kasparian, Young Turks commentator, works with his uncle Cenk Uygur. Apparently, they're not on great terms anymore. But she says, I wish I had the clip for it. He is so let me see if I can pull it up real fast. I'm sorry. I kind of want to see that now if I can find it. But she basically goes off about how he's so unbelievably audience captured. Let's see. No, that's not it. No, that's not it either. I don't know if I can find it or not, but because it was from some time ago. But even his uncle's associates are pretty much turning on him. They don't want anything to do with him. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it.
I mean, realistically, I wouldn't. We talk about this regularly with other people. I wouldn't want to attach my name to something like this. I don't care if I get viewers or audiences. I wouldn't want to attach my name to his ideologies.
Maybe YouTube will give me
You know, it's like that thing we talked about with political suicide. This would be content creator suicide to me if I attach my name to these ideologies. It's one thing if you believe it behind closed doors, but to publicly, let me be clear, I do not agree with it behind closed doors, but I sure as hell wouldn't go out in public and spew the same stuff that he's spewing.
Let me just see what this is real fast here.
Sometimes on the show, you don't know what we're referring to. Do we mean the whole left wing? Absolutely not. Okay, the majority of the left wing is perfectly reasonable on this.
Are they? You and I might have a disagreement here, Cenk.
Yeah, we have a massive disagreement. You give those tiny little leftist streamers way too much
They're
credit.
not tiny little leftist streamers, Cenk. Hasan called the city council member racist for helping this woman move out.
Yeah, see, this isn't the clip I'm looking for. All right, well, forget that. Sorry about that. Anyway, let's finish up what Hasan has to say here, but there is a clip, I wish I did pull it up, from Ana Kasparian, who basically says, and I think she's right, Hasan is completely audience captured. The guy is fearful of his audience. He has to endorse all these extreme positions, and maybe he believes in himself. I don't know. But let's finish up
What am I
here.
supposed to do if I'm the endless recipient of death threats?
No, poor Hasan.
I can't even have a little bit of fun with it?
The poor champagne socialist, man.
Here's a crazy idea. Stop doing the actions that create
Every single
death.
person
If you're
that-
really getting death threats, stop doing the stuff that's creating death
Well,
threats.
you're always gonna, if you're big enough online, there's always gonna be some crazy person doing this or that.
Does it mean that you're supposed to be waving around a gun and threatening them?
But again, he can do that because there are no consequences for Hasan on Twitch.
But
he is
I would like to
emboldened.
hear your answer. Though. I would like to hear your answer. Is it acceptable for him to do that? I understand he might get away with it. Is it okay?
I don't think it's.
Would you do it if you were in his situation?
No, I wouldn't do it in his situation, obviously. But again,
no, that's what I was trying to get at. Like that shit is not acceptable, and it shouldn't be condoned.
But he's been coddled. He's been coddled for so long.
Just because he's allowed to do it by some bullshit company doesn't mean it should be allowed. It doesn't mean that it should be accepted.
I know, but he has been coddled for so long. He knows he can get away with whatever he wants to. He's emboldened by it. That's the problem. It's that his actions don't have any consequences because nobody's ever going to hold him to account. So, do I think it's right? No. But do I believe that Twitch has created the scenario where Hasan feels empowered to do these things? And of course, yeah. Nobody, Asmongold could not get away with this. Tectone could not get away with it. I don't think Denims could get away with this. Only Hasan can get away with this, you know?
Masturbated when Moist Critical did the exact same thing
Moist Critical did not. He did not do the exact same thing. The similarity was there was a gun, but he was it was not the same.
It's now going. This guy needs to be banned immediately. Post haste, please. You should keep him in frame. I do. Here you go.
So that's Hamas. Baby Oil Piker taking zero accountability once again. Sorry, there we go. Sorry, I had to.
Is that the only thing he streams on?
Well, he's got like a clip channel and stuff like that.
Most people have other platforms that they do clips on and stuff.
Yeah, he's got clip channels and stuff like that.
Speaking of which, check us out on Facebook. We have uploads on Facebook, and we're gonna start clipping our stuff shortly and put the clips on.
We really should start clipping. I think it would do a little better for it.
We've already talked about it. We plan on clipping our stuff to make it more approachable for the audience.
Yeah,
so that you don't have to.
We understand
an hour and 40 minutes.
Hour and a half segments are a little long, to hear us rambling.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna give you some better ways of seeing the content.
Oh, all right. Well, I pulled this up because I thought it was again 4th of July, very patriotic. We got our bald eagle here.
Yeah.
And that's our show.
America Day.
Yep, 249th birthday. Here's to 240. Here is to 249 more.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all we got for the day, though. If you like the segments, what do you think about Hasan, Diddy, Baby Oil, Epstein, Piker? And do you think that he should be banned on Twitter? See, it's a stupid question. Everyone's gonna be like, yeah, he should be banned because it just makes sense.
According to the terms and service, he should be.
Somebody call up Jeff Bezos. I know he's probably on his honeymoon right now, but somebody disturb him for a second. We could do that. But anyway, that is our show for the day. Thank you for tuning in. We will be back again on Monday at our regular time.
Enjoy your burgers and hot dogs.
And
Have a good
everybody,
day.
Shoot off some sparklers and some firecrackers, all that stuff. Again, God bless America. God bless the United States. God bless President Trump. And all the men and women who serve, and everybody who has come before, who has worked diligently to make this the best country in the world. And I know some people might say that's xenophobic. I think that's just called patriotism.
That's definitely patriotism. Yep. Call it whatever you want. I call it patriotism.
All right. From us at the Duke and Dutch Show, I am Dutch. That's Duke. And we are signing off.
On the next one.
See you Monday.
See ya.